Yo, what's going on, everyone? It is 9 p.m. on Wednesday night, Eastern Standard Time. And Mike and I were just having a conversation over here, shooting the shit about fighters, unions, and whatnot, and didn't even realize it's showtime for the Mike and Mish show. What's up, Mike?
What's going on? Oh, we got carried away. We were talking and talking. I bet you wouldn't believe that when we get talking, hours could pass and we don't even realize it. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
It is a daily occurrence that Mike comes over to like my area of the facility to start working on, or like to maybe do something for the show, right? Hey, I'll come over at 9 o'clock and we'll talk about something for whatever for the show. Never fucking happens. We never do. We end up talking about some other shit, and then we go 15, 20 minutes later. We have not talked one single bit about the show at all.
Yeah.
But we have covered every fucking mindless topic that you possibly can, cover at that point in time.
Yep.
And this time,
about everything.
Right. And today, and just now, right before the show, we were talking about how Francis Ngannou walked away from the UFC and he wanted all these different demands, and better health insurance and whatnot was part of it. And we started talking about the fighter union. I honestly think it'll never happen. Right. Mike says it's got to start on a federal level.
It's got to be a high level, or it's got to be some extreme investors that have hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, they need so much money to start something like that. But I feel like my plan was it would have to start as soon as someone becomes pro. So if it all started, everybody gets entered into this union immediately as soon as they turn pro. So there's no choice but for the bigger leagues like Bellator, UFC, whatever, to accept this. But it would only be good enough for like minimum payments, minimum coverage for certain things. It's nearly impossible. Everyone's a contractor, like you said. The bigger names aren't going to want to deal with people taking money out of their pocket to pay the guy below them. So.
Right. If they set like a minimum pay, like you cannot pay any less than this amount for your entry level fighter at the first card of your fight, your first fight on the fight card is going to get this no matter what. That is written in the contract. Where's that money going to come out of? It's going to come out of all the other fucking pots all the way up the fight card. And then the main events get affected. So why would those fucking rich ass fighters that are getting millions of dollars at the top give a shit about that bum at the bottom? Sorry, I'm not joining your union. Fuck off.
Not happening.
Not happening. We gotta shout a few people out real quick. What's up, everybody? Susan, Joe Ivy, Big Ben, as always, Russ Maxim. We got Slaughterhouse, Ryan Perez in the house. Baba Yaga is coming. Bryce Henry is coming, everybody. He is finally gonna make his appearance in the BKFC Squared Circle. I believe that is happening February 24th in New Orleans, right? Tony Chappell, what's up? We've heard so much about this kid. Next big thing. He is Ryan's project for a while, and he's ready to unleash him onto the roster of the BKFC. We're looking forward to that. Before we get started here, we got a couple of guests coming on tonight. We got the Wildman Chevy Bridges, who's going to be taking on Kevin Croom next week in Myrtle Beach. No. Next month.
No, next month at
Knucklemania 3.
Yes.
Knucklemania 3. Yes, Knucklemania 3. That'll be a back-to-back Knucklemania appearances for the Wildman Chevy Bridges. Shout out to him. He'll be coming on in a few minutes. And then we're going to follow him up with a guy who's getting an opportunity of a lifetime to go across the pond and fight.
Oh man,
probably the top bare knuckle fighter out of the UK. I would say Connor Tierney. Connor Tierney's the guy, right?
Yeah, he's really good.
Connor Tierney's the guy over there right now, so he's getting a huge opportunity. He's going to go over there and fight Connor Tierney at BKFC 37 in London, and that is Jake Lindsey. He'll be coming on second right after the Wildman. But before we get anything started, of course, we got to shout our sponsors. Here we go.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan, To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
And says in the comment section, no money down.
Holy shit.
Guys, listen to the sweet, sweet sounds of that Rhode Island accent and call up your boy Mike Mish. Get a mortgage through him. He's the best in the business, licensed in 38 states in the United States, including Florida and California, probably Texas. The dude's the man. Hit him up. He will make your dreams of home ownership come true. Norcom Mortgage, Michael Mish. And our other sponsor, of course, is Guerrilla Warfare Apparel. I'm wearing them. Mike's wearing them. A lot of fighters are wearing them. Go to their website, guerrillawarfareapparel.com. Oh, I think Chevy Bridges may also be wearing them. Look at this. Oh, that came in today.
This is the mission accomplished. No, actually, Steph bought one of these.
No way. Turn around.
Yep. And it's got the Mike and Mish logo on the back. Look at that. Fantastic.
Oh, man. So, I just went 6 to midnight, my friend.
Oh, I love it. I love the sound of it.
Yo, use the promo code Mike and Mish and get 15% off all your purchases at guerrillawarfareapparel.com. Let's get this show started, man. This guy's taking on a longtime MMA veteran that has fought fucking everywhere, and he's making his second straight Knucklemania appearance when they go to Albuquerque on February 17th.
Yes,
man. I cannot wait. We were at the Albuquerque event last time, and that place is a fight town. If I've ever been to one, let's talk to the Wildman. Let's bring him in. Chevy Bridges.
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Dude, the king of Knucklemania. I love it.
That's right, baby. First male fighter to be on 2 Knucklemanias back to back. So the title fits.
Love it.
I love it, man. Well, it's been a minute since you've been in there. It's been a minute, like you haven't been in there since the last Knucklemania. But let's talk about this a little bit, man. You came out in your debut. You fought LJ Hermrick, and you got the first round knockout. You looked great in that fight. You fought a guy, Edgar Plazaiola, in the Knucklemania 2 fight. Very competitive, very entertaining fight between the two of you guys just about a year ago. It was going kind of your way. I believe it was more your way than his way until it ended.
Yeah.
Talk about your second fight, because I don't think we've really had you on here since that. Talk about that.
He came on that time that we did the live watch of BKFC. Right. Remember that you dropped in?
That's it. That's right. I forgot about that. But man, talk about the second fight. The first fight went great, went all your way. Second fight was a learning experience. Talk about what happened in that second fight and what you've done after that second fight to prepare yourself to come back now.
Man, I've just kicked up my training up a notch. I wasn't happy with how I felt in the moment when it all went down that way. When the punch first landed, of course, I didn't know it was there, and I didn't really feel dazed, but my legs locked up, and then they immediately felt exhausted. So in my head, I took that as my legs got tired, and that's kind of what caused that. So I've been upping my stamina, my muscle endurance, and everything in that form. I've been doing a lot of neck exercises and just paying a lot more attention to little shots on the inside on entries and stuff like that as well. Because, that was a big mistake I made as I entered the fire zone, so to speak, with my hands down about a half an inch than they should have been. And that's what caused me to get caught. So
I was going to ask you, like, how many times did you watch that fight over and over again to try to pick those little nitnoid fucking things that you could see that we might not see, but you see it. Like you just said, my hands were a half an inch too low, shit like that. You must have watched that fight a million times, right?
Oh man, I still watch it from time to time to pick out little things, and a big thing that I did learn from that fight, and that Chris Lido helped teach me as well, was it's not MMA. So if you're hurt, if you feel compromised in the slightest bit, take a knee. Take a knee. Yeah. Take that 8 count, and in the moment, I think I was having more of an instinct or like a muscle memory type deal, to where I'm used to MMA, to where if you take a knee, you're about to get starched. Like, you can't do that. You got to fight through it. And so I think that was one of my biggest mistakes as well, is not taking that knee and just giving up that round just so I can continue fighting.
Right. It's always a learning experience. And he said that night on the broadcast, like you took the 3 straight right hands or left hands. What were they?
Right
Rights.
hands.
Right.
Yeah,
3 straight right.
his left hand was holding onto the rope, so he couldn't
That's
punch with
right.
that.
So 3 straight rights. Maybe you're like you just said, Chris said it right there on. He's like, oh, a little bit of experience. If he would have went down on the second one, it could have saved him that round. I gotta say, man, Plaziola is a powerful little bastard, isn't he? We haven't seen him back in there since your night. So were you
Yeah,
surprised? Hour behind his
I don't know what's up with that. I don't know how he got a number already and they haven't brought him back. I mean, they've been back to the same place we fought at, Hollywood, Florida, at Route 66 or Hard Rock, not Route 66. They've been to Tampa, Orlando. I mean, there's been plenty of opportunities, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I hope he's okay. And I mean, hopefully he comes back because I think he could be a force in that division.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he is a little powerhouse and he's tough. I mean, we all saw that he's as tough as they come. So,
Did you sustain? And I can't remember now. It's been so long. Did you get injured in that fight? Is that why you've been out for almost a year?
yep.
What was the injury?
He's got a hard head. So I busted one of my knuckles on my hand pretty bad. So had to sit out for a while. And then once I was cleared to start hitting again and stuff, I started hitting with it, and it started messing up again and hurting real bad and swelling up again. So I had to. That was the last Albuquerque card. I was supposed to fight Tony Soto at that card. The day they sent me the contract, I went back to the doctor for the feeling of my hand, and they recommended I not fight yet and give it about another couple months. So
damn,
I remember
here we are now.
You guys were going back and forth and stuff. It was going to be like a meme battle. You guys were talking shit to each other. Fun. I feel like you guys had like a love-hate type thing going on. Like you don't really hate each other, but you like to bust each other's balls a hell of a lot because it was funny.
I don't have any personal beef with him. I don't know him.
Right.
I think it's funny that he thinks he's got the best hooks in the game. I think it's funny, he thinks he's the best there is when he's fought not too many impressive people yet. I mean, that's my look on it. He's a good guy. I like him. He's funny. He's fun to talk shit with because I know he'll back it up. So that's where our beef is. It's strictly professional beef.
Right.
We know we're not going to offend each other. We're not going to cross any lines, and we'll do what we have to do to build the hype up. And we both know that we'll show up and whoop the shit out of each other for everybody. So,
you brought up his the 3 guys that he fought. You didn't say their names or anything, but a lot of people have brought that up about Tony Soto, and believe anyone can think what they want, but I will say this about you: strength of schedule. They have thrown you in there with fucking. This is 3 straight, man. LJ Emmerich had 9 MMA fights. He had fought in Bellator. Plaziola was an undefeated MMA fighter, and Croom. I was just talking to Mike about this. Croom has fought in fucking every goddamn organization. Like, not really, but
yeah.
UFC, Bellator, LFA, Titan FC, CES, you name it. The dude's probably fought there, and he's been pretty successful. So,
I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest. Like you said, Kai Stewart, Tony Soto. There's a handful of guys in the 45 and 55 division that get gift wrapped at opponents. Now, the last fight Tony had wasn't a gift drafted opponent because he was supposed to fight me. They replaced him last minute. We saw how that went. That kid wasn't supposed to be in there with him. But I don't want to be one of those fighters that move up the rankings and become 5-0 because I beat some debuters or guys with losing records or somebody that was just there to fill in the spot. Fuck that. I'm here to fight people. I want the biggest fights. I begged David for a big name fight. That's why I got the fight I got. I begged him every time I seen him, every time I talked to him. Don't give me no nobodies. Don't give me no scrubs. I'm not here to make an easy way for it. I'm here to make blood, violence, chaos, and fights for people. Give me the toughest motherfuckers you got. The biggest names, the baddest ones. I don't care. I didn't get in this business to have a one-sided affair, man. I'm a fighter. I want to fight. I want somebody that's going to give me a fight regardless of the outcome. I just want to know that I left that ring and people were satisfied that they saw an actual fight.
Well, even in your last fight, even though you took the L in that one, people were satisfied with that fight. Let me tell you, man, that place was fucking loving that shit. You guys were in there banging, and you, like I said, I felt like you were winning that fight until you weren't winning that fight. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense, like you kind of had that fight going. So a guy like Kevin Croom, now you're going to go in there at Knucklemania 3. This card is really starting to shape up. They're having a press conference tomorrow afternoon. They're going to be announcing a few more fights at the press conference tomorrow. But you got what a freaking stud-filled card you got there right now with the Marine and the Juggernaut at the top. You got the Dotson brothers back on there. John Dotson's fighting freaking Jared Grant. You got Diego Sanchez and Austin Trout down there. Two Albuquerque legends fighting each other. Man, talk a little bit about being that first guy to go back-to-back on Knucklemania cards, and talk a little bit about Kevin Croom and this opponent that you got coming up.
I don't have much to say, man. I trained with him a little bit when I lived out there in Albuquerque. We were at the same gym for a little while, but not enough to really know each other. Only thing I really know and care for is that he's down to fight. He's going to show up to fight. So all that other shit that he can do, whatever, I don't care. I don't care if you're
like dropping bombs and banging moms.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Bang all the moms and drop all the bombs you fucking want, because that's not what we're going to be doing on February 17th. So if that's what you're worried about, you're in for a long night.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be dropping bombs, though.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, drop the bombs if you want, but good luck. Good luck. I've got a pretty hard head. I mean, it's never a bomb that takes me out. It's always them little.
They don't call you the Wild Man for nothing?
Nope. They don't call me the Wild Man for nothing.
Why do they call you the Wild Man?
Well, I mean, I do some wild stuff here and there, but it's more of a homage to my grandpa. He wasn't into the sport there for a while. He thought it was like for delinquents, or what he called decrepits. Thought I was wasting my time and needed to get a real job. And then I convinced him to come to one of my fights previously, and he fell in love with the sport, fell in love with my fighting, my career, all that. And he told me that after I knocked him out, I need to beat on my chest like a wild man and scream. So I do it for him. So that's just how it happened.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to your grandfather for that. People keep asking about this beard, or mentioning the beard in the comments here. Is that a training camp beard only, or is this beard following you into this fight?
It's gonna follow me to the fight. I'm gonna trim it up, of course. I mean, the roughness is my training camp. I'm not worried about cosmetics right now at the moment. So,
I'm definitely of the hair?
Again.
Is it a secret? Are we coloring the hair this time?
We are. I hope. I'm making some changes this training camp with the way I'm doing things. So if I can time it out right and get everything settled, yes, it will be colored like normal. Well, not normal, but like how I normally do it. So
nice. There, that answers your question, Big Ben, in the comments section, as always. Let me ask you this, man. You go out there, you get a win over a guy like Kevin Croom. You come out there unscathed. You trying to stay as active as possible in the year 2023?
Absolutely. If I can come out unscathed, no injuries, I'm sure we're going to get cut up. I mean, it's Kevin Croom. It's the style of fight we're going to be in. Once those heal up, if there's no major injuries, I'd love to be back in there within the next 4 months, hopefully shorter than 4 months. And hopefully I can keep that pace going. I'd like to fight every 2-3 months if my body allows it.
Looks like you guys might be opening up that main card. Are you for sure opening up the card?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, that's how it was supposed to be last year. I was supposed to be the opening to the main card as well with Edgard, but I guess that one fight fell out, so that moved us to the prelims. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time. I'm hoping we get to set off the main card, because I feel Kevin's work that he's put in the game, the experience he's put in, and the velocity and the attitude that I bring to the fights, I think that deserves to be a main card fight, because it's going to be nasty.
Oh yeah. And that's a good spot to be in. That could make or break the night slightly, because, people are just coasting off of the prelims.
Exactly.
The main card starts, all the hype. If that first fight is off the friggin' Richter, forget it. That place is going to explode. And like we were saying, we went to Albuquerque the last time, man, it was absolutely crazy. And I know it's a different place, but it's a bigger place, I believe, this time than the last time.
Tingley is a bigger Coliseum, and
Albuquerque 9,000 seats.
Fight city.
They said 9,000 seats is capacity there. So if they fill that place, that would be fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
And you know what? And like Mike just said, the atmosphere in the room, the decibel level of that crowd, the energy, it was unbelievable. And like I'm looking at the card over there, the Dotson brothers were on that card. Jamie Hinshaw was on that card. Diego Sanchez was in the building that night. Now he's on this card. I'm sure the energy level and all that Albuquerque brought to the last one is just going to be like tenfold this time. So,
it's going to be nuts, and I can't wait.
When we went there, right?
Mhm.
Usually we go like to all the different bars and restaurants, smoke shops, whatever, to like spread the word, right? Get people out to the show, tell them about it. And a lot of the time when we go to like Birmingham or Biloxi or whatever, a lot of people we talk to have no idea. BKFC, they're like, what is that? And then you got to kind of ease them into it. Like, all right, you know boxing, you know UFC. Well, okay, this is like kind of like boxing with no gloves. You got to kind of ease them in. They're like, wait, with no gloves? Like they can't get past it.
Right.
In Albuquerque, everybody knew about it. We met every place we went in, somebody already knew about the fights. And I'm not joking. Like everyone around that area it's like a fight town. And I mean, obviously they have
it is. It's
Jackson
like
Winks over there and all those big name
and
fighters.
Fit in HB, and you know they've got a couple other Jackson Acomas, I think is what it's called, at a different part of the city.
Yeah,
but it's like one big fight family in that city. It's like in every gym you go to, you're probably going to find somebody related to them somewhere in the city. That's how the fight news gets out. When somebody gets a fight in that city, everybody knows because they've spread it. Their family spreads it, and it's crazy.
Yeah, right. It's awesome. You'll notice it when you get. You can be like, holy shit! This.
I mean, I fought in Albuquerque before, and it's wonderful. So yeah. And I fought one of their hometown guys, and it was still electrifying just to hear the crowd. So it's going to be great.
Yep.
Right, and not to mention, I mentioned all those other guys, but Austin Trout is like a legend in Albuquerque, and we have been hearing that Christine Faria is going to be on that card again. She headlined the last time, and we probably, I'm not sure, but we'll probably find out who the opponent is tomorrow at the press conference, I would imagine.
She's got to be, because I don't know if y'all seen Facebook, but she's in Albuquerque.
She's in there. She's training.
Oh no, with Diego Sanchez and some other boxing gyms. So
right.
Feldman
I'm not good at math, but I can put 2 + 2.
Right. Well, Feldman wrote today, he answered somebody because someone wrote underneath what he wrote about, I think, the press conference. And he basically answered them and said, no, there's a really brave chick that's going to be fighting her. And someone said a tomato can or whatever. And they were like, no, it's going to be a legit. I think it was Christine that was like, no, it's a legit fight. So you'll know soon.
The only person I can think of, unless they're bringing somebody in from somewhere else for a debut, which I don't see them doing unless it's just some bad bitch, but I think it's Beck Rawlings.
That's what we think too.
Or Rachel Ostovich. I mean, she's been gone for a while, but she is 1-0 and she is game.
You know,
yeah, she is.
2 or 3 days ago, Helen Peralta had put one of those like cryptic fucking statuses up. It said, "Big fight news coming soon." And I saw that and I'm like, oh shit, maybe they're bringing Helen back. The very next day she announced that she joined fucking PFL and she's competing in the women's division of the PFL. I'm like, oh, okay. That's big news too.
Yeah, I think she's more steering towards the MMA side of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I just thought, because we were waiting to find out who this opponent is, like we keep hearing Christine's fighting and who the opponent, and then she puts a status like that up. And I was just like, oh shit, maybe it is Helen. Maybe it is. No, not her.
Yeah, it starts making people think. So
yeah, man, Chevy, we are excited. We're excited to see you back in there. We love the Smith Brothers fighters. Shout out to Kevin Smith. We always love talking to Kev and hanging out with him down at these events. Both you and Jake on this show tonight are both Smith Brothers guys. We are excited to see you guys in there. We're going to play a little game called Wild Man's Wildest. All right. All you got to do is say what the wildest is of each thing that we throw up there. Starting with this. Wildest.
Hank be always fucking with me like this.
No. Food you've ever eaten. Wildest food you've ever eaten.
Wildest food I've ever eaten. Shit.
I guess it doesn't even have to be food, right? Could be like a light bulb if you did eat.
I did. I used to chew up. I didn't ever like swallow them or anything, but I used to chew up my action figures when I make them fight, and I'd make them get beat up. I'd chew pieces off of them and bite marks all over them. So maybe that might be it.
So
There you
like
go.
the He-Man chest wasn't good enough. You remember the He-Man where it was like a regular chest and you hit it and it'd have like one crack and you hit it again. It flipped out like 3 cracks in the chest.
Oh yeah, no, I would use like a tooth to like gnaw on an eyeball so it looked like their eye got clawed out. Oh yeah.
Nice. Real-time damage.
There you go. Number 2.
The wildest
you've
lie
ever
that
told.
I've ever told.
It's
I
gotta
don't do a
become
lot of lying.
unlied.
So I think the wildest lie I've probably ever told is when I was real young, I took my stepmom's car for a joyride before school, and I was asked if I drove it, and I said no, and it was obviously parked in a different spot. And there was only 3 people at the house, so
There you go. Wildest street fight you've ever been in?
I don't know if I can tell that on camera.
Statute of limitations here, something that's over.
Wildest street fight, man. It was in school actually. Had a guy was talking shit about my family and stuff, and I confronted him about it, and he wouldn't do nothing about it. Just kept talking shit. So while we were talking shit to each other, the coach came over there to break us up, and while we were walking away to go to the principal's office, he called me a bitch, thinking because he was in front of the coach, it was making him tougher. So I snapped and I hit him, and we started fighting. He tried to knee me in the head, and I ended up clinching him in a body clinch and getting to his side, and I pushed him away and I hit him again. And then the last thing I remember is a big silver chair coming towards my head, and then I blacked out. So
Damn.
I thought I was knocked out, but the principal played the tape for my guardian at the time, and I had hit him with the double leg after that and started smashing his face into the tile. So
you were
kind of
truly
blacked out.
You were
yeah, it was a bad kind of blackout. So
Bad for him.
yeah, bad for him. Bad for him.
That's scary shit, dude, because you could have killed him and you would have never even known it. You know what I mean?
Watching the tape, I definitely was trying to, because I had him by the back of his head and his hair on both sides of his hands. And I was picking his head up and shoving it down hard into the tile floor repeatedly. Shit. So,
I personally have a blackout fight story that I don't remember any of it. And my cousin told me the next day, I'm not going to tell any details, but like I damn near may have fucking damaged this guy forever. And thank God, like I ended up seeing the dude a few weeks later and he was okay. But like my cousin was like, man, that shit was crazy that you did blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, I don't even remember going home that night because I blacked out. So that's some scary shit, dude.
I had another moment. I wouldn't really consider it a fight. I had a buddy, he was drunk and he just wouldn't stop talking shit, got annoying. And I kept telling him, shut up, quit. And he just wouldn't stop. And he started telling me, why don't you make me stop? Hit me, motherfucker. So I elbowed him twice in the head. And I didn't know at this time that alcohol would make you bleed more. So he started like seizing out, going in and out of consciousness, like gushing out of his head, bleeding bad. So I took him to the hospital and I almost went to jail for attempted murder because I had blood on my elbow. And I told the cop he fell down the stairs. So
that's like that Sopranos episode when Christopher went to the hospital with a fractured skull, and they were like, he had a fractured skull. You sure he fell down? They're like, yeah, he was trying to get something out of the cabinet with socks on.
Yeah. I just told him he was drinking and he tried to walk down the stairs and fell and hit his head on the sidewalk. So I rushed into the hospital. But
well, you're a good man for doing that. I mean, you could have just fucking walked away. All right, number four.
Wildest law you've ever broken.
Another statute of limitations question.
Yeah, another statute. Y'all are trying to get me locked up.
This is recording.
I did a bunch of shrooms and went to the casino here, and we got pulled over. And when we got pulled over, I was fucking with the cops because I was tripping, and so they drug us out of the car and started searching us. But when he felt my my cell phone in my pocket, I told him it was an IED because we were talking about the military. So I got put in handcuffs for that one because he thought I brought a bomb to the casino. So technically I didn't break the law, but I almost. He thought I did.
God.
That's a fantastic story.
That's a pretty crazy thing to say.
That's a wild man story for sure right there.
Man, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Never know.
All right, last one for you. What is the wildest fear that you have?
That's a tie. That's a tie between 3 things, my guy. I don't like heights. I don't fuck with them. I'm not going up them. Nope. But my top 2 fears that I can't fucking stand it is a clown and a spider.
Wow.
Nope.
Heights, clowns, and spiders. Those are like 3, probably the top 3 in the world. I bet if you looked up fears that people have, those are probably top 3.
I don't like them. I just don't, and they just creep me out. I don't care if it's a rodeo clown, a circus clown, a picture of. I don't even like looking at pictures of clowns. It gives me the chills.
Art
It makes
the clown.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Dude, I got tattoos of evil clowns on both of my shoulders, and my wife told me before I got the first
Keep 'em
one.
covered.
She said if you get that tattoo, I got Pennywise on my shoulder, and I was like, I'm going to get Pennywise tattooed on my shoulder. She was like, if you get that, we can't be together no more. So I went and got it.
And wow,
That
look
one,
at
and
these
then
guys.
And look at that.
Of course,
Two
I
kids
guess
married.
goes. I don't do a paranormal shit because not that I'm afraid of it. It's because I know I can't fight it. So no
There
go.
it is, man. Well, awesome answers. The wild man's wildest. Thank you for coming on here, dude. The king of Knucklemania. Take a second,
right.
shout a few things out, and then we'll let you get out of here so we can bring Jake on.
Bend the knee. Man, I want to shout out. I got a few sponsors this time, man. I want to shout out OnlyFans. I'm sorry, guys. I can't think of all y'all's names. I've got CBDA Solutions, Space Weights. Oh, I've got Red River Rip Tea Company, I think is what it's called. I've got. Look, all of y'all out there. I love all of y'all, and I appreciate it.
They love you too.
I hope Kevin's watching this. I hope you're taking me serious. I know I don't have the repertoire that you do, but I guarantee you'll have my respect by the end of the night, and you'll know you're in a fight, and it'll be one that you'll remember out of all your many greats.
Beautiful.
There it is.
So.
That's a fucking great message, dude. Wildman, Chevy Bridges coming back to the squared circle, February 17th,
Ooh, look at that.
Knucklemania 3. Look at that beautiful poster. You and the mullet man himself.
Yeah, we can't tell if my eyes are too far apart or his are too close together. He still ain't figured it out yet.
That shit
That's
was
something
hilarious.
me and him are going to have to talk about when we come face to face.
That shit was
figure out.
hilarious. For sure, man. We're looking forward to it. Styles make fights, and you two both have styles that's going to make for an outstanding fight to kick off the main card that night. Thank you very much for being on, and we'll see you soon.
Yep, for sure. Later, guys.
All right.
Adios, man.
Later.
Peace.
See you in Albuquerque.
There he is, man. The wild man, Chevy Bridges. He is always a fun conversation. He's a great, entertaining fighter, and he's taking on Kevin Croom, man. That's going to be a fucking banger. I cannot wait for that one. We have our second guest patiently waiting in the guest room right now. We're going to bring him in. He is going to be going overseas to the UK to take on maybe their pound for pound number one fighter out of the UK right now, Connor Tierney. It's a conversation, right? Connor Tierney, freaking heavyweight. Come on, what's the name? Mick Terrell. I'm like trying to think. Like it's between him, Mick Terrell, and James Lilly. Like those are the top three coming out of the UK.
Yeah.
Connor might be just might be number one. Let's bring him on.
He's a bad dude.
He's a bad dude, and this guy's not so bad himself. Used to be the librarian. Now he's a gypsy. Let's go, Jake Lindsey.
There he is.
What's up, brother?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Let's see if it catches up. Sometimes it takes a second to catch up. Hold on.
Is there a long delay?
His audio is great. Hey,
can you guys hear me first off? Good.
We can hear you.
Good to go.
You know what?
Man, I almost didn't make it. I trained. Yeah, I can hear you.
You might want to back out and come back into the show. Like back all the way out and then follow the link back in, and then we'll probably sync up better.
All right, do that, Jake.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Happens from time to time.
You know, I don't know if you guys remember this. I know you loyal fans of this show have great memories, and you guys can remember this. Is Jake backing out and coming back in, or what?
Yeah, I'm texting him.
Oh, you're texting him. Okay. When he was on the show last time, I said to him, and we talked to him before Denver, and I said, you get through Brandon Gertz, you move to 3-0, and if this guy does not have an opponent, I think you and him match up just fine. Perfect styles make fights. Situation again, Connor Tierney. And this guy was very happy. He was all smiles that day. He said, let's go. He would love to fight Connor. And now here we are, 5 months later, and we are going to see this fight on, was it March 4th? I think it's March 4th.
Yes.
March 4th in London, England. The Gypsy himself, Jake Lindsey, taking on Connor Tierney. Here he is. Okay, let's do this. Let's bring him back in and see if this works again. Jake Lindsey, what's up, man?
What's going on, my man?
Hey.
Much better. Hey.
Yeah, sorry, I got this nice fancy computer set up, but it never fucking works. Like, what's the point? I got like this $500 mic and webcam, and I'm always on my. Yeah, but it just the delay. I need to get a new PC. Alienware, what's up?
Oh man, I was just telling the audience here that last time you were on the show, we talked about this potential fight, and we thought that it was the perfect matchup for you after Brandon Gertz. If you get through Gertz, which you did in like a kind of a controversial way, but it was entertaining.
I mean, you could say it was controversial. I mean,
that cut was nasty.
I guess. I mean, I understand why he's mad. Everyone would be mad in that situation. But dude, it's like I was just warming up and you were getting tired and you're already busted open. Like I just found my rhythm at that. He was faster than I gave him credit for. So it took me about a round and a half to get his timing down. But he hit me with his best shots at that point, and I was fine. So it was only downhill from there for him. He would have got more and more tired, and that eye would have got cut more and more open. I offered him a rematch. The next BKFC show, he didn't say shit, so whatever.
Well, I don't know if like that, like I said, we saw the cut, and Dr. Muzi showed us the picture that he had on his phone of the cut up close. It was pretty fucking nasty, dude. He wouldn't have.
That's the worst cut I've ever seen.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to be ready anytime soon for.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say, but. When I was in the back, it's even worse. It was peeling down to where it was going to pull his eyelid off.
Yeah, you could see in there pretty well.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of, were you back there when the whole, cause he was upset, obviously. And then his corner was upset and them. And
yeah,
Lindsey,
they were going
back and forth. And I was like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on back here?
What was he mad about?
That's the thing. Mad because of the cut. Because the fight was stopped because of the cut, because they seemed to be yelling almost as if it was weird because, the corner couldn't have had a conversation with the doctor. He came up and he saw the cut and he stopped the fight, but it was almost like they were like, you shouldn't have stopped it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was very weird. Like, I don't know. They were swearing I don't know if you saw that, but they were.
Yeah, no, when I walked back, so I was,
he wasn't yelling at them, but.
Yeah, well, when I walked back, I told the doctor, like, they were him in his corner. The corner was being out of line. They were cursing and calling him names. I was like, look, guys, don't make me throw that 2-piece. Calm the fuck down. I can get why they're upset, but there's no reason to be upset about. That's a good stoppage. If you're going to get mad about a cut, that's not the cut to be mad about. Right. The guy was screaming about something illegal happening, and I rewatched the fight. I was like, I don't know what you guys think I did. I don't think I did anything wrong at all.
What were they referring to? That was
they didn't really specify. I think they were just mad. I mean, emotions are high after fights. I've done some stupid shit, so I think they're mad. And it is what it is. They're just protective of their boy, and they should be. So,
this is this fight coming up for you is one hell of an opportunity for yourself. I don't know. Have you ever fought in Europe before, in London?
Yeah, I've fought in Poland.
Oh, okay. But you're going over there and you're fighting like kind of their poster boy right now.
Their boy.
And this is going to be the first fight in the BKFC that you're going to actually kind of be like eye to eye with somebody. You're not fighting guys that are fucking up to your nipples.
I know. I'm excited. He's slightly taller than me.
Yeah.
I know all the guys coming at my nipples got me defensive. I don't like people touching my nipples. First off, get the fuck. That's not my thing. But yeah, man, it's excited. I think I might get booed a little bit. You think?
Oh, I would
just a little.
Yeah, I would probably imagine. Yeah.
Well, I don't. The crowd doesn't even fucking exist when I'm in there. So more power to them.
You got to be impressed with what you've seen out of Connor, though, right? Like his BKB days and his time in the in the BKFC. He's looked pretty fucking good.
Yeah, no, I mean he's a warrior and he's highly skilled. He's good at what he does. I was supposed to fight him before, like I said, so I've already kind of scouted him out. I know what he does. He's clearly going to be better than last time he fought. I mean, that's a given, but I know what he does bad. I know what he does wrong, and I know what he does good. So yeah, I'm excited, man. He's the best guy I could fight right now. I think Palomino's harder in a way. Palomino's tough. He hits hard. He's fast as fuck. He's dangerous, and Palomino has a mental edge over a guy like Connor because he's just been fighting for a long time. He's fought Justin Gaethje twice, but Connor has his own set of problems that he things that he's good at that I'm gonna have to deal with. It's a different fight. I think Connor's probably overall the best guy in the division other than Palomino by far.
Speaking of Palomino, right? I'm glad you brought him up. Obviously, we're going to get there at some point. But when this fight was made against Tierney, what was said about after this fight with Palomino? Like, were you guys promised? I mean, it would be insane if the winner of this fight,
a winner gets a title fight, guaranteed.
Title fight. It's guaranteed, no doubt.
Guaranteed. No doubt. And the problem is, I don't think it's going to be Palomino. I don't think he fights again.
Wait a second. Didn't they announce that the Gogo Cedeno fight is a title eliminator?
I have no fucking clue.
They did.
I believe they did.
I wanted to ask you this. This was going to be a question I was going to ask you. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the fact that Gogo versus Yadina Cedeno are a title eliminator in Myrtle Beach, and you guys are not? And
I bet you the winner of that fight's the winner of this fight for the title.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Palomino is done with the 165-pound division. Gogo Cedeno fighter winner fights the winner of your guys' fight, and that'll be a title fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing because it's literally in my contract that I get a title fight if I win. So I would imagine it's me or Connor, whoever wins this fight versus that fight. Because Palomino, he's going to want a lot of money, and I bet you he goes for money fights like maybe a Mike Perry or something like that. Because what's funny about Palomino? I used to think it was a beer, Palomino, because I came into I was drunk and they were watching the Justin Gaethje Palomino fight live, all my friends, and they kept saying Palomino, and I was like, man, I got to get me one of those fucking Palomino beers, man. They must be fire.
They're all raising the glass going, Palomino.
And I went to bars for like 2 months after that. I'm like, dude, whered you guys get those Palominos at? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So random story. Sorry.
Yeah.
Random.
No, I like
off
that.
Topic.
That's funny. I get it. They could have that could be the sponsor. It would be right across the ring on the corners and shit.
Dude, he should
Palomino.
get that's an idea, Palomino. Why don't you start your own beer? Is that not a good name for a beer? Grab you a Palomino,
I wonder what it means, Palomino.
The best beer out of Peru.
Yeah.
Could
all the rich
real
white kids will drink it. Yeah, it could mean something very inappropriate.
That's like that fucking Peroni beer, right? Isn't Peroni like a broken dick? Isn't that what a Peroni is or something like that?
I have no idea.
There's a beer called Peroni. I don't know. Google it, kids.
Sorry, I'm having an interrupting dog sniffing.
I love how it's right there on the camera.
Oh, when I was training tonight, I was hitting the bag. I was getting into it, and I missed. I was hitting the bag bare knuckle, and I punched a steel support beam. Boom! So my hand's all bloody and bleeding and stuff, but it's all right.
Try not to do that. It's not going to be good for your hand. I almost can guarantee it.
I fight bare knuckled. I mean, that's exactly what I should be doing. I should be
hitting the metal
shit.
support beam.
Doing what
people got some hard heads, but I think that metal beam is going to be a little bit hard.
That's the nice thing about Connor. I haven't met him in person, but his head seems normal size. Brandon Gertz, big ass head. The guy I fought before, big ass head. The guy I fought before, big ass head. So it'd be nice to fight a guy who's normal size head, so I don't break my hands instantly in the fight.
Normal head. We're looking for the normal heads now.
So
yeah.
Going back to Palomino, though, and you said that you don't think he's going to fight at 165 anymore, just maybe look for the money fight or possibly just defend 155. I thought the total opposite. I was thinking he's not going to fight at 155 anymore because he's like, I'm done with that division. Now I got to go to 165 because I feel like he has a lot more obstacles at 165 at this point in his career because he's 8-0. He's fought basically everyone in that division.
Right. And honestly, I mean, you may be right. It'd be smarter for him because as you age, cutting the weight's harder.
Right.
And typically guys go up over time in weight because they don't need to cut. Going down typically doesn't work out for guys. So maybe, I don't know though. I think he wants some money.
Yes.
I mean, I would love to fight him. I would rather fight him than whoever the other guys are. I'd much rather fight Palomino. That does something, that's why I'm excited about this Conor fight. I'm not trying to fight pansies. I want to fight tough dudes. I want to fight guys who I respect and I think are warriors. And I want to give them that warrior's death that they deserve.
Well, he's definitely a warrior, and I feel like he's got a lot of charisma too. So he's like a good guy that you could go back and forth with. Yeah, we've talked about this before. I think that Conor could be one of the biggest stars. He could make himself a big star over there. The accent,
for sure.
He's got the charisma, the way he dresses, he's got a nice style. So I feel like that's a good guy to go against. I mean, this fight's going to be fantastic.
Like, you can have all that stuff, but you need to be winning in the ring, and he does that as well. So
right.
And his first two opponents were like as tough as they get. You know what I mean? Joe Elmore and fucking Jeremiah Riggs. Jeremiah Riggs, former Army Ranger, took that fight on a couple days' notice, and it seemed like Conor would have to shoot him at some point in that fight to keep him down.
Would not go away.
He finally finished him in the 5th, but like Jeremiah Riggs he's professional bull rider, fucking
right.
One of the toughest dudes ever. And then Joe Elmore, everybody knows how psychotic that dude is too. So he's had to put down some tough dudes so far to get to where you guys are at.
I think that the Riggs fight was a great debut for him, not only because he's a name and everyone knows him, he's a tough guy, but that guy just plays right into his fucking style. I mean, he's walked at him essentially. That's what guys like Conor want. He wants to move lateral, side, feint, come in with the 2, side, feint, combo, out. And I said he does it really well. Mm-hmm. I was surprised on how much damage I thought he would have been able to put. When Jeremiah Riggs dropped in that second round, I was like, oh, baby. It got interesting, but, that showed something. I think you learned more about Conor in his first fight than in the Joe Elmore fight because that was a good fight. And Joe Elmore's tough, but they were both at times slightly tentative. They both had a lot to worry about. You can't walk into a Joe Elmore counter, and he's very good at countering. And you don't want to overchase Conor Tierney because that's his MO. He's very good off his back foot. He's very good on the outside. So, but like I said, you learned a lot about Conor in that first fight of his because he got dropped and he had to get, had to dirty box a bit. He got wrestled on. He got judo thrown at one point, which I don't know what the hell that was.
That's right. He freaking talked hard.
Hey, you're getting your ass kicked, whatever, man. You might as well do something, baby. You got to get something in there.
That was I remember that night because I was at senior leaders course for the military. It's like a 3-week class that I had to go to. So I was in Florida, and everybody in my class, when military classes start, the first day you got to stand up and, all right, my name is blah, 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 and this is what I do. And I happen to mention, at the end, like, oh yeah, and I cover bare knuckle fighting as media. And I sat back down, and the fucking instructor was like, hold on a second. What the hell did you just say? So I told him, and then I told everybody, like, oh yeah, follow my YouTube and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, did you just tell people to follow your YouTube in my fucking class? And I was like, I did. You told me to do it. You told me to get back up. So we all laughed about it. Well, that event was happening the next weekend. So basically the entire class got together that night. We watched that whole event. So that event is so fresh in my mind. But when he threw him, everybody went buck wild. Like they flipped out when
shit.
They could not believe it. They were like, is that legal? I was like, that's not legal. You can't
one of my best friends and my longtime trainer, shout out Joe Wilk. He did a short notice. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. Like he can bang, but he's a jiu-jitsu guy. And he got a short notice fight offer for like some kickboxing fight. And he's like, fuck it. I'm going to take it. And he's like, you know what? If I'm getting my ass kicked, double leg. We're going I'm getting DQ'd, double legging him out of the, whatever. It's not like he gets banned from kickboxing. He still does MMA. If I was Conor, let's go to a different Conor. Speaking of breaking the rules, when Conor McGregor fought Floyd, I would have head kicked the shit out of his ass. Don't care. I'll get DQ'd. Just so he knows.
Forever.
Banned for life by most famous fighter of all time.
Banned from boxing. I mean, he only did one boxing fight anyway.
Right.
Head kick him one time. Pow.
That is true. Hey man, you sound like you have studied your upcoming opponent pretty well here when we listen to you talk about Conor. But training, we saw pictures of you in the Caveman the other day. Is he part of your like full camp for this one, or you always?
Of course,
yeah.
Of course, he's my I go up there quite often to train with him and his guys. Dave's a very, very skilled fighter. He's tough as nails. He's strong, fast, has a good chin. You can't get better sparring than that. And, we know each other. I've been training since me and Dave know each other for 20 years now. We came up through the amateur ranks and all that. So, I got him for sparring, got some nice, slick, tall, really good high-level boxers I'm working with. And yeah, I know I've been in the fight game for 25 years, actively competing, and 30. Actually, no, I'm only 36, so that's not true. About 25 years just watching as a fan, and I've got a good ability. I have a really high fight IQ, especially I'll be watching fights and say, you know what, if he needs to do these three, do this when he does that and it'll land. And then 2 minutes later, boom, he lands it. So, I've watched Conor a lot before. I think it was right when he got signed, I looked him up and started watching his videos. So yeah, I've seen all his fights and, I guess study. I've absorbed what he does and I don't know if study is the right word, but yeah, I got a good game plan for him. And, a fight's a fight. Styles make fights. I know what he's good at. I know he's good at certain things, slightly better than me at certain things. I'm better than him at other things. So, but at the end of the day, I don't want to get too much into game plans. I like to be slightly instinctual. I know there's 100% things he's going to do. He's going to do certain movements. He does them every fight. He has certain tells he does every fight I've seen. I get those trained into me, so I drill those so much that they're just automatic responses. Bop, bop, bop. But other than that, you just kind of got to feel the fight out. You don't know if he's going to come out hot or he's going to come out defensive. And so I just kind of train for everything. I'm in good ass shape. Mentally, I'm strong as shit. So I'm good to go.
Man, I'm excited about this one for sure. I got to be honest with you. I was looking at the fight card. I know some of the other guys because what's his name? The guy Brazier. He fought Danny Christie in the first London card. He's on it, and there's a few other guys I recognize. But to be honest with you, I don't know a lot of the dudes on the fight card. So it is the main event that is drawing my attention to this.
Right.
I'm gonna watch the whole card anyway, obviously, but that one's
those dudes are gonna be tough as shit.
Oh yeah.
You know it. I gotta bring a squad with me because you don't know, I might get gooned up on. I'm fighting their boy.
That Ricardo Franco guy, I believe he beat Tierney and he beat what's his name? Shit. Who's the Jimmy?
Right.
Sweeney?
Yes. Yeah, I think he beat Sweeney
he did.
And Tierney.
He did. Absolutely. Yeah. I've seen both those fights. Another guy's going to be there. I'm going to fly out there early, probably get some rounds with him. James Colony, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He KO'd Tierney in BKB. So I don't know if he's fighting. I don't know if he's fighting or not. I think he might be on the card. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't. I'm in my own world. Like, yeah, I just know I'm fighting main event. But anyway, I'll be training with that guy. James Colony, I think is his name. He fought Conor. He's a dude who knocked him out with that left hook.
Right. Yep.
Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah.
So all those guys are tough. That card's gonna be fire, man. Everyone on that card is gonna be tough as nails. I'm sure. I mean, this is bare knuckled. London and over in Europe, this is kind of where this originated. So this is kind of the nice thing. Everyone's coming out popping. Everyone's coming out throwing hard. So it's gonna be a good one.
Well, Big Ben in the comments says if you walk out to Sweet Caroline, you won't get booed.
fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. I do like that. Okay, if I come out already drunk, then I could do that, because I hate that song when I'm sober, but whenever at the bars here, they always play it when the bars close, and I love it when I'm drunk. So
yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, everyone sings with it, but yeah, I mean, you don't want to do that. You don't want to
Nah.
Well, no one wants to do that.
I want to get some booze. I got booed in Colorado, booed the shit out of me, and then they all clapped afterwards. So I don't care either way, dude.
That's
like I said,
a good heel, man. You got to be the heel.
Yeah, I've been in such intense situations in my life, life-threatening. I've almost been eviscerated by a gigantic knife, like this close. I'm dead.
Jeez.
Booze are, yeah, I got some stories. Booze are nothing. Booze are nothing. As long as they're excited, I'd rather than boo. It's like, okay, here's how it's like women. You want a woman to feel something for you, right? If she feels nothing, then that's not good. If she's really happy, great. If she's pissed off, that's still good. She feels something for you.
Yeah,
so as long as they feel something for me, whether it's love or hate, then I don't give a shit. Just give me something. Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. So you are the Gypsy. You are the Gypsy Lindsey. And we wanted to do a little something with you today. It's called Gypsy Lingo, where Mike and I dove into some Gypsy traveler lingo.
We were laughing so hard today at this shit. One of our coworkers was sitting on another bench near where we were talking, and we were just going off laughing. This was good. Making this was fun.
There's a lot of funny shit that the Gypsy travelers say.
Dude, I keep getting called. I keep getting insulted. Like they keep. Speaking of funny, right when I said that thing about the girls feeling things, I could hear my girlfriend say "wow" in the other room.
Actually, you want to know what's so funny?
She's feeling something.
Yeah.
As soon as you said it, Joe Ivy went, "Oh Lord."
Yeah.
Here we go.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But speaking of Gypsy lingo, I keep getting insulted on
Instagram, and
what the hell's that?
You paused for a second. We lost you.
They keep calling me a knacker. Nacker.
Uh-oh.
What the hell is that?
Well,
I have no idea.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. We're gonna have to look that one up for sure. A knacker.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you silly little knacker. They keep calling me a silly little knacker.
Well, I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna read you off some terms that the travelers say, and you got to just try to guess what they're saying.
Hold on, I got you right now. It's spelled Knackers.
Okay, what's it mean?
British vulgar slang for testes, although the usage may be derived from knackers, small medieval kettle drums.
Dude, I'm bringing my knackers, boy.
Yeah, knacker. You're the knacker.
This one guy keeps saying, bring your knackers out, boy. I'm bringing them. They're coming with me.
You ain't talking about your drums, talking about your testes.
My testes.
Your testes. My testes. I love
This is basically where this segment is going right now. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we go.
It's
all right.
great.
First one. What are they saying when they say you can peel an orange with his pocket?
He has a lot of coins in it. Or no. He has a blade. Carrying a knife.
No. What they're saying when they say, "Oh, you can peel an orange with his pocket," that means he's cheap. Somebody tight with his money. Tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know. That's what it is.
Hey, man. I have a lot of Romanian blood, but I guess not enough because that one is fucking.
Okay. Number 2, Mike. Mike, bust out the accent here.
Scarlet for your ma for having you. Scarlet for your ma for having you.
For your ma. First off, don't talk about my ma.
I didn't.
Me ma.
He did.
She's a caravan. Periwinkle blue.
Scarlet maybe means that makes me think about something with blood. Like,
Okay.
That's what I'm Scarlet for your ma for having you. So it's an insult. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of things I want to say that are clearly not it, but I can't. I'm waiting for the right time for those ones.
It describes someone that's done something.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like she'd kill herself or she'd stab herself or something like that.
I was thinking scarlet fever when I first heard it. Like your mom should have the scarlet fever for
Oh,
even birthing you.
she's
like
yeah. I gotcha.
that's what I thought it meant.
It's got some STDs.
Number 3. Well, yeah, like shame on your mom for even having you is what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
Yeah.
I like this game, but the questions you asked the last guy about fights and crime, I was getting all my stories. I was like, they're gonna ask me the same questions.
Oh, you were getting ready for story time?
I was ready. I got stories.
Next time we'll do that. Here we go. Number 3. He's thick as shite and only half a handy.
He's fat and he has a small dick. 100. That has to be
That's
it.
what it is. I'm gonna die because I don't remember.
That has to be it.
It's it describes a lad or lassie that's a bit dense.
Yeah. He's fat and he has a small dick. That's what it means.
He's thick as shite and half a handy. All right. Number 4.
Face like a smacked arse.
Means you're clearly a beautiful, attractive person.
Correct.
Clearly.
All right. What does it
Get
really
the
mean,
answer.
Mike? Here we go.
Describe someone with a bright red face, either from physical excursion or embarrassment.
Oh, like a ginger.
Hello.
Or I get you.
Hello.
Hey. Kyle, you lose us?
Did I lose you? Did I lose
I'm
you?
here.
We're here. We can't. What happened?
I don't know. I fucking died for a second there, man.
Yeah, well, you didn't die. You're here. So what's the next question, Kyle?
All right. The bleeding stadia. That's the bleeding stadia.
Either two things. Someone just got busted up a bit. They're in they're doing shitty, like a guy's drunk and he looks like shit and he's hung over and his girlfriend just left him and he smells like shit.
Dude.
Or it has something to do with the female menstrual cycle. I'm just keeping it 100.
It describes somebody with a scruffy, disheveled physical appearance. That was almost fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And
I like
bonus.
the second one though because it's good. Watch out for Steph on the 3rd week of the month. The bleeding state of it.
Yeah.
Stay away from her.
I'm gonna start saying that.
The bleeding stadia. Oh man, that's fucking perfect. And I got a bonus one in there for you. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go.
An apple through a tennis racket.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think it has anything to do with a golf ball through a garden hose. I'm pretty sure.
No. I think it's probably describing an act or a situation that's unrealistic or very hard to do. That's what I'd guess.
Used to describe a person. Oh
shit!
Check this out. Joe Ivy is on her P's and Q's. Look at this. She knows exactly what's going on. Wow.
Buck teeth. Huh?
How about that?
Man, I should have my girl here Googling this shit.
Unbelievable.
Straight up.
Hey, so when I was looking up gypsy lingo, right? I didn't type in gypsy travelers. I typed in gypsy lingo, and original gypsies are from like northern India or something like that, right?
Right.
I found a couple of words that really stuck out to me. One of them was transpirate mish, spell M-I-S-H, just like me. Transpirate mish. You guys know what that means in traditional gypsy speak?
I know what it means in America.
What is transpirate mish? What's that?
A trans someone who identifies as a pirate.
Okay.
A transpirate.
Mike, do you know what it is?
I do know because you showed me earlier.
Okay. It means sweaty vagina. That's what it means.
Oh wow. First off,
this guy
do vaginas actually get sweaty per se? They get
That'll
wet.
be on the next anatomy episode.
Okay. We got to get, we got to call in some experts on this. I got someone I could call. I got a guy who's an anatomy expert professor. We'll bring him in.
Ask him what a transpirate mish is.
Yeah. You know, my dad had one of his brothers was an actual pirate for a short period of time.
Like where?
Like in the Caribbean?
No, like a hillbilly pirate. So I have a big family. I have some families connected to some, organized crimes and stuff. And then some families are just farmers and yada, yada. So on the hillbilly side, like way off on the hillbilly side, one of my great uncles they would hang out in the swamps and stuff. And when people would come, they would just take their boats. They'd pirate them up.
Real pirates drive trucks.
Yeah, exactly. Real pirates
I didn't know that was a thing.
Real pirates have 3 teeth. and smoke meth.
Very cool.
So,
well, stay away from those guys because those are the landlubber pirates.
Landlubbers.
Sons of bitches. Well, man.
So, hey, you guys owe me. Hold on. You guys owe me
We owe you
3 shots.
a drink.
You owe me 3 shots.
That's right. I just remembered that. As soon as you said that, it clicked in my head because I was like, a drink because we didn't drink.
If you guys are in London, you're about to owe me like 9.
We're probably not going to be in London, although I'm not going to say we're not going to be because I would love to be. So,
all right.
We ain't turning that down.
I'm not gonna forget that. I'm not gonna forget the shots.
Yeah.
I don't forget debts.
We all went too. We went out after Denver. We went Kamosi, did like an after party at that Tom's Watch Bar that's out there. Oh man,
no shit.
This was awesome.
Yeah, we went.
What a cool place that was.
Was it popping?
It was. It was.
It was nice. Yeah. It was. They have like those.
It closed early though.
It did close early. I thought that was odd,
what
but
the fuck?
It was like 2 floors. Very nice place. We had already gone there for dinner one night. Fantastic. I guess they have one in a bunch of different cities. They actually have one in Mohegan Sun over here, one of the casinos. Tom's Watch Bar. Very, very nice place. Upstairs, they had the whole 2nd floor, and they had like 3 or 4 of those. It was like Top Golf, but virtual, indoors. So you could go and play Top Golf and drink inside. Yeah, and then it was really cool. Really, really cool place. Denver was awesome.
That's crazy.
And then we went back to the hotel and fucking hung out there with everybody. We didn't see you. So
we didn't see you.
Now we owe you 6.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna go out. I always talk a big game, but I'm really sometimes antisocial. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. Then you get back to the hotel, and then you're tired and sore, and like, fuck it, let's order a pizza. And I had to fly back in the morning. The problem with me and drinking is I have portion control. I have portion control issues. So if I would have went out, I knew I wasn't going to make my flight 100%.
Yeah.
So,
well, you got to make sure that you don't go to sleep on those nights. You just got to stay right up until your flight.
I can't. I literally can't fall asleep for a day. I'll stay up after a fight. My adrenal system's so shot. I'll stay up all night and the entire day, and then maybe fall asleep that next night. I can't sleep at all.
We do that with no adrenaline, and we still somehow end up doing that. I don't understand.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say we're like that, and we don't fight, so it must be fucking insane for you guys.
Yeah,
I think Mike, was it Denver that when we went to the airport in the morning? We hadn't slept yet. We go to the airport and like we're hanging with the Feldmans and all them guys. We all got on the plane at the same time, and we all flew out at the same time. But it was like the funniest shit. It was the funniest shit. Yeah, because we're all hanging in the airport.
Maybe.
Like we're all buddies and we're, we're all talking, and they're like, premium, whatever, and active military can board now. So all those fucking guys stand up.
Yeah.
And we stand up. They get on the plane at the same time as us, me and Mike. They all fill in the first class seats, and then me and Mike go all the way.
We just walk right by.
We're at the very last seat in the back. We all boarded at the same time. I was like, damn it, one day.
That shit was funny as hell. We were like, man,
you should have sat down. You should have sat down like in first class. Just pulled it.
just sat down with him anyway. Act like we own it.
Yeah.
It was very funny because we like literally were in the back row of the plane. And we're like looking up the aisle. We see them all up there already getting drinks and shit.
And you have to wait. For everyone. When you get off your plane, they take forever to get their luggage. All day. Like, I'm a understanding guy, but sometimes I can't tolerate certain things. And when I'm in a rush and people are just slow as fucking dirt, I just can't take it.
I don't even have to be in a rush, and I still get aggravated for it. I hate it. I don't get it, and I'll never understand why people can't stand up, grab your bag, and just
get your shit. Straight. They're like, well, let me look here, and they look down here. They do a 360, and they tie their shoe, and they grab a bag. They can't get it out. They stop trying. They look on the other side. It's like, I saw you put your bags in. They're both right there. Grab them.
What are you guys, insane? You only have one direction you can walk. You grab your bag and you walk. There's no fucking questions.
Forward.
Just go.
Mike, I have said this before on this show that Mike is like traveling with Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I swear to God, on a plane, he is fucking ruthless. And he's like, really? He's like, 3 seconds. Shouldn't take you more than 3 seconds. And then it'll get to him.
Stand up. You grab your bag. You pull it out. You walk straight. It's the only way you can go.
Yeah.
One of the times Mike goes, watch this. He hasn't gotten his bag out of the thing, right? So It gets like everybody leaves. It's his turn. He stops up, pops, grabs it. He's like, "You see that? 2 seconds." 2 seconds, like to all the people behind him. To all the people behind him, grabs his bag and turns around. Mike,
You need to bring like a fucking blowhorn and watch this and just pop, pop,
That's
pop,
a good
pop.
idea.
Dude, speed run that. You speed run that shit.
I just can never understand it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious, man. You got a long flight ahead of you out to London in a month and a half or so. We're looking
20 hours, man. Ugh.
You know, we will be there if Howie will pay for us. Howie, if you're listening, we want to go with you.
You'll
Jake,
allow it.
take a minute, shout some people out, say some final last words. If you want to, like, maybe give us a prediction on this fight. If you think you got a prediction on, I don't know if you're a prediction guy. Go ahead. We'll let you.
I think I'll tell you what's going to happen in this fight. Me and him are going to get in there. We're going to throw a bunch of punches. He's going to hit me. I'm going to hit him. I think if he's stupid enough to clinch with me multiple times, I'm going to tire him out and then TKO him the fourth or fifth round. That or he's too slick and I can't catch him and he decisions me, but I don't think that's the case. But man, I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited. I know he's excited. He's training his ass off. I'm training my ass off. And look, we're both warriors and someone's got to die. And I want to give him his death, his warrior's death, because he deserves it. So.
Oh, real quick. You're having a baby, right? You having a baby?
Yeah, baby. Come in here. Let's see that belly. Baby. Come on.
Congratulations. Yeah, this is
I'm not ready for this.
You having a boy? Fine. You having a boy, right?
Boy, my boy. Yeah, he's due on the 23rd of this month. So I have 2 daughters. They're both born in January. Okay, she's coming in. Look at this bump here. Can you boom? Go sideways. Give him the profile.
Wow.
She about to pop.
I would say so. Congratulations.
Woo!
That's amazing.
Listen, I want my boy. Damn it.
So wait a minute. Both of your daughter's birthdays in January, and this one, your son's due on the 23rd of January.
Of January, yes. So
what gets in you? What's 9 months before January? What do we? What is there a holiday? Is it 4th of July? Is it like 4th? What's it?
Add 3.
Yeah. Well, whatever 9 months before January is, I guess that's my peak. April. So I'm glad he. So hey, why didn't you say that when he asked?
I was trying to, like, you know.
Right? But yeah, dude, April, you better be watching out in April, baby. I should be celibate in April. Got too many fucking kids now.
No,
it's like what's that? It's going to be around March, April time that you're.
Yeah, there's the no nut. There's a no nut November. I'll just do no nut April, March ish. No, okay. Rename it, not no nut. We'll call it masturbation March because that's all I'll be doing.
There you go. You know, my sister has 2 kids, both born on January 8th.
Oh, really?
6 years apart from each other.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
That's it. That's interesting. There's got to be something. There's got to be something with that. Maybe like, I know that now. I'm gonna be a nerd for a second. There is a period of time a woman is extra fertile, and I can't remember the reason why, but it's something you would, if I told you the actual reason, it's scientifically proven, you wouldn't believe it. And so I don't even know why.
Monthly?
No, in the year.
In the
year?
Like
and here's the thing. Yeah.
It's
there's
the
like
summer solstice.
Yeah, some bullshit like that. Like you would some dumb girl you go on a date with on Tinder who likes astrology would tell you about, and you wouldn't believe it. But it's actually true.
When the Hale-Bopp comet falls behind the North Star.
Yeah. It's when, well, you know what it could have been. Now that I think about it, I think that I sacrificed a whole bunch of animals that month. Every year, wow. About March, April, I start slaughtering animals. So maybe that has something to do with it.
It says the month of the year you're most likely to get pregnant. Yes, you read that right. More women conceive in November. Don't know why.
Huh.
August is the most common birth month. Backtrack 40 weeks. That means that's when it happens. So it doesn't say why really here. So I feel like it's bullshit. You know, that's what I see. I don't know.
I eat a lot of animal hearts. In that time of year, I eat a lot of animal hearts raw. So maybe there's like, it boosts my testosterone. I don't know. So you never, we don't know. We'll
You're like the
never
new
know.
Liver King. You're the
I was
Heart
just gonna
King.
say that he's like the heart king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
The
that
heart-
guy.
the King of Hearts.
I follow the 9 ancestral tenets.
Yeah.
Fucking steroids.
Plus one. Plus the
Plus,
other one.
oh yeah, there's the 10th one. It's the secret one. It's called sticking a needle in your fucking ass and being
Yeah.
jacked.
It's
Hey.
$12,000 worth of steroids
Hey,
a month.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We all knew.
Yeah, the whole time, no one believed you.
Nobody.
But-
Nobody.
Oh man.
So,
But yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm excited for the fight. It's gonna be a banger. One of us is gonna be put down. It's not gonna be me, or if he's gonna have to kill my ass. So if he wants to give me the Warrior's death, I'll take it. But he's gonna have to fucking earn that. He's gonna have to walk through some fire and razors to get that. I'll tell you.
You gotta
Because
take
I've
over.
seen.
oh, man.
I'll tell on a serious note, I've literally held people that I cared about in my hands and watched them die. And it's when you've gone through stuff like that, there just ain't mentally, like, you got to put me down, because I'll be doing sprints on the fucking treadmill. I'm going to get a little passionate right now. I'm a weirdo. So I think about this shit. I'm doing sprints in the treadmill. I'm at 12 miles per hour, 4 incline, and I can't breathe. It's like, I know people, and I've watched them die, who were trying to breathe. And who am I to fucking quit? You know, when I'm sitting here on a treadmill and this person's laying there, someone I love is sitting there struggling to breathe, you know, breathing once every 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 12 seconds, no more breaths. So I'll tell you, that's the kind of mentality I come at. Like, I'm a good spirited guy, but like, he's gonna have to fucking put me down, because there's just no way I'm quitting.
Jeez. Well, you have us all sold on this one, man. You go overseas and you fight like the warrior that you are, and come home with a victory for your newborn boy. What better way to celebrate, right?
Hey, man, absolutely. I can honor all my kin by how I represent myself. So I'm a big honor guy, and that's exactly what I'm gonna fucking do.
We love it, man. March 4th, BKFC 37 in London. This guy is headlining against Connor Tierney, and we can't wait to see it, man. Thank you very much for coming on tonight.
Hey, appreciate you, my man.
One last question. Do you prefer side shot or straight on? Side shot? Camera one?
Oh shit, let me
Camera
see
two.
that.
Camera one?
I like camera two.
Camera two. Camera two.
I like that money shot, that facial. That's what
There
you.
it is. Yep. Where all the money
I
is
think-
right there.
I like that one because in the first one, I think the side shot he looks better, but in the front shot, I think I got him. I got the beard going.
Yeah.
I got the beard going. So
You know, in the side shot, go back to the side shot.
Side shot?
You almost
Oh.
you almost look like Paul Felder in the side shot, to be honest with you.
oh no shit.
You don't quite look like yourself there, but then you go to the front shot. Boom.
Clearly,
There's
yeah.
the gypsy himself, Jake Lindsey. Oh man.
Dude, I'm telling you, the guys who makes the posters for they do some fire ass work. They make
Yeah,
good
that's
ass
really good.
posters.
I love it.
Yeah.
They've gotten better and better and better as the years have gone on. So far, like from the start to now, you're right. Their graphics are
Yeah, they're running. They're hitting the ground running too. They're doing a good job of growing the business. Every show I've seen, all the production's always better. The cards are always better. Matchmaking's always better. You know, I couldn't be more, lucky to be part of a company and to be winning the belt and representing the company like that. Like BKFC is a solid company, and I like Dave Feldman. He's a good guy. He's a guy I would like whether or not he signs my paycheck or not. He's a stand-up fucking dude, and got some balls, straight shooter. So, I'm excited about everything. So I couldn't be more blessed in that.
right, man. Unbelievable match you got yourself into here. Super excited to see it. Match of the year contender. If the styles make fights, this one could be a fight of the year candidate. Thank you very much for coming on, and we will talk to you soon, my man.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Adios.
See you,
Take it easy.
Jake. There he is, Jake Lindsey, the gypsy himself. Dude, he's funny as hell. That guy's a fucking character, and he's a great fighter too. And as we talked about in the past, he has a ton of MMA experience. But his style of fighting really really computes well over here in the bare knuckle world, right? He came in, Eric, he fought Thompson in his first one, and that was fine. But then he fought Derek Finley, who is a longtime seasoned boxer, coming like successful boxer, trained with the best, fought some of the best.
He beat the shit out of him.
He kind of had his way with Derek Finley.
He did. Yeah.
And then he went out there against Brandon Gertz, and like he said earlier, Gertz was running in on him with some really hard shots during that fight, but neither one of them were really beating the shit out of the other one. And he did have him significantly cut. Now, if the doc didn't stop that fight with that cut over his eye, Jake could have just kept picking at that thing, and who knows what would have fucking happened to that fight. So, at the time when they stopped the fight, it was really kind of fucking like
it was confusing because on camera from
didn't look
TV,
like much.
You could not tell. You could not tell.
Right.
You could see the cut, but you could not see it the same way. And I remember even we weren't out. We were doing interviews, and I want to say that was when you were talking to Rose.
Yeah.
Right before that. So we were still waiting in the back, but whatever. We weren't out at the ring, so we were watching it on the big screen, and
the audience couldn't see it either.
Right.
So
And they were all
so you got
a
crowd full of people booing like crazy.
Yep.
For a guy, Brandon Gertz is he local there, or was he training local? I don't remember. He's
local there.
He's local there.
I'm pretty sure he's local.
They were booing the fuck out of that decision.
Yeah.
But then we went backstage and we talked to the doc, and he showed us the fucking close up shot of that cut. It was ugly.
There was a lot of people back there, and I think because of all the complaining, and then like Gertz was upset, and his corner was swearing, and they were yelling at Muzi, and Muzi was trying to get back out there for the next fight, and like it was a whole thing. And then Feldman was back there. That Feldman was kind of like, listen, like everybody, like pay attention to this, because this isn't like Muzi's not just going to stop the fight. He sees all these fights. Like, he's trying to explain it to everybody. Like, look at how bad this is. Like, he's like, look at this. And Muzi's like, look, I'm making this call every day. So
how he's saying it right there. You could see the nerve. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
you could see it. It was
bad.
It was weird. Yeah. It was nasty. So he was like, listen, it's really bad. You couldn't see it on TV the way that we saw it, but it was bad. Like, they proved it to everybody who was standing back there how bad it was. It looked really bad to us. So, but I'm not a doctor, but it looked bad to me.
Yeah, it was tough, man. And I think Mike actually might have footage of the whole corner.
I had a little bit of the beef. Yeah.
Yeah. A little Mike, maybe one day in some life we'll fucking release that footage and people can see it. But, man, awesome. Two awesome guys tonight. Chevy Bridges is a fun dude. We've hung out with him at events, even the ones that he doesn't fight at. We saw him out in
Wichita,
and we've seen him in Florida. He's a fucking fun dude.
Yeah.
Is it his cousin? Is TJ's cousin, TJ Pierce? I think it's his cousin, right?
I know they train.
She trains him. I think it's his cousin, and they say like they're the non-biological twins or whatever like that. They call each other.
Yeah, but I can't wait to run into them. They're awesome.
Super cool people. Jake's awesome. They're both Smith Brothers guys. We love Kev, and thank you, Kev, for getting us your guys on tonight. We have two more fighters tomorrow night. One of them being a Smith Brothers fighter. We got Devin Gibson coming on tomorrow night. He's going to be fighting Albert Inclon in Myrtle Beach next week. And then we have Tony Soto coming on tomorrow night, and we're going to talk to Tony about the opponent change, the last 48 hours of his life, losing an opponent a week and a half out from a fight, instantly getting called out by people on the interwebs here that want a piece of Tony Soto.
Yep.
And then, can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
So Howie says no sound in the comments section.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Anyways, yeah, we're going to talk to Tony about that, because now he has a new opponent. It's a pro boxer who's going to be coming over and making his bare knuckle debut on a week and a half notice against, pretty dangerous guy in Tony Soto. So should be a good fight, a good show tomorrow night. Devin Gibson and Tony Soto. Shout out to Chevy and Jake. Shout out to everybody that's been in here commenting. Thank you very much for tuning in. Mike,
Yes.
what else do we have for these peeps?
We'll see you all tomorrow night. Nothing left to say. I think we've said a lot. We will see you tomorrow, guys.
Practice your gypsy lingo, mofos.
That's right.
Peace.
Peace.